Hey everyone, and thanks for joining us for another episode of the Damn Podcast. I'm your host Corey, and joining me as usual are my co-hosts Nick,
Hello.
Justin,
Hey guys.
and Jamar.
Hey, Happy New Year.
And Jamar, you look like you're out in the street right now. You doing some live coverage?
Yeah,
Yeah,
just trying to get another PS5 in these streets.
it looks a
Oh
little.
goddamn. Have I saw that the news regarding like recent PS5s, and I saw one of our members getting fucked by Walmart on the PS5.
Well, they
It-
canceled
No,
their order or something.
no, they did two orders and they canceled one
Yeah, it's not
just because
surprising.
yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
Walmart
that,
has auto detection on that now, so a lot of stores do.
Mhm.
they won't be scalping that one.
You gotta know. Everybody knows you gotta have a second account ready to go on the other laptop. Just or
Yes.
check out on both.
You got to be in the virtual Walmart
Mhm.
with the
Yeah,
Oh yeah, you
you
should
gotta
have
be in
just
the
picked it
does
up.
that
metaverse.
video.
Yeah, you should have picked it up and took it home in the metaverse.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, you know what they should do? And we can continue. You go into the metaverse and you have to walk and run to grab the actual console and put it in your shopping cart.
That's like
And once you have
some
it,
dystopic shit. Like
I
of
don't
like
even get
even in
what
the
the benefit of
metaverse,
it
there's
is. Yeah.
scarcity and like a sense of like retail. I hate that.
You got to beat up the other avatars there,
yes,
just like real life.
yeah,
You
it'll be
think you
crappy.
think you think people in the metaverse who are working retail will hate it just as much as working it in real life?
Yeah, but
Yeah, they'll be like,
I feel like they'll make some way, yeah, to figure out how to screw over
mhm,
the minimum wage workers
yeah.
again somehow. I
Oh
don't know
damn.
how, but
It's gonna be like 2040, and we're gonna like have unionizing for like metaverse workers and shit like that, and it's gonna be crazy. Um, yeah. So since we want to keep this podcast episode a little bit shorter, we're just gonna jump right into miscellaneous news stuff that's happening in Dallas. Nick, you wanna hit it off?
yeah, someone was saying there's a new Sonic Lego set finally that is
yeah,
coming out. Actually, yeah, this January 1st. So, because the 30th anniversary of Sonic this year, Sonic Frontiers also maybe coming out soon. It's going to be the open world Sonic game. But yeah, the Sonic Lego set looks really awesome. I've seen some details of it.
So their big announcement for the 30th anniversary was a Lego set.
So far, that's all we got. It's
Okay.
like I think with the Mario Legos, like they're trying to make even more crossover. We've had like Minecraft Legos for a
Hmm.
while, and Jamar, I think. Oh, do you have it?
no, I have the
Oh,
30th
okay.
30th
It's getting cut
anniversary
out by the
Sonic
background.
Encyclopedia.
Oh,
Yeah,
Ah,
so
very cool though.
yeah, you
it's
just
just
need to read up to 96, and then you're
yeah,
good.
and then there's no more pages after that. It's just you can see them ripped out.
Well, I mean, I feel like that's still more than like Zelda got for their 35th anniversary last year.
Oh yeah,
Well, we'll see.
Yeah,
literally nothing except for Skyward Sword, I guess. But
Yeah,
yeah.
Skyward Sword remake. So, other random news. There's a big bunch of all these news articles were like, oh, TikTok has now overtaken YouTube as the most popular like website, but they didn't really explain what they meant by that because I feel like they didn't exactly know. It turns out it's just in terms of DNS queries to like the server and back. And the way that TikTok actually works is they kind of just do more of those just by their very fact of like they preload like four videos instead of YouTube will only preload one video. And there was some other feature where they're like constantly searching if there's like a misinformation or something among like other political videos.
Mhm.
So that doesn't necessarily mean that TikTok is like bigger than Google, bigger than YouTube and Facebook, but I feel like it's still definitely growing. But all those articles, all those, Bloomberg, everyone, they didn't exactly know what they're talking about. I'm gonna say. Then there's a bunch of space news. Then there's a new the JWST space telescope launched into space actually on Christmas. And so it's bigger than Hubble, and it's super important because space and science they will be able to look further back into space than we've ever seen before, maybe all the way back to the very big beginning of the Big Bang. And like because something light years distance, you're actually looking back in time, so that's cool. Maybe discovery of other exoplanets, and we'll see where it goes from there. Also randomly, so I was looking into this. You probably know about like Pluto is like not a planet, but then people are like, oh, we want to make it a planet again. It all happened back in 2006 when I think with Hubble, we discovered there's like actually 150 other planets that are like within our Milky Way galaxy, within the solar system. They're just kind of in that outer belt, and they're kind of the same size and shape as Pluto. So you're like, well, are all of these planets? Do we have to learn, 150 more things added onto that acronym? And my very educated mother and all that, and they're like, well, no, we don't want to do that. But it's the IAU body for like determining celestial definitions and stuff. They kind of changed the definition of planet to kind of fit their agenda of like excluding Pluto, but then not. It still includes the other eight, like still in our solar system, but then not any of those other planets beyond the outer asteroid belt. But it's like that's what we're teaching in schools, but that's not like the scientific definition that actual scientists use for planet anymore, because the scientific definition actually includes all the rest of those. So I don't even know what the point of that is, but
And we had to get rid of
just
Pluto. Like I went through school and we had to learn about. I think we all had to learn that Pluto was a planet back in
Yeah.
school.
Yeah, I remember I think
Yeah.
in fourth grade that's when they said it's off the planet list.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate planet politics, man. Just
That's what I'm saying.
it's just
It's
fucked
kind of
up.
coming down to space politics. But anyway, it's some interesting stuff. Yeah, Houston News was looking into this then back around started January. And then the last kind of news thing, there was that Don't Look Up movie that came out on Netflix. I watched with Maria. It's good, but it's just like a little too long and it just hits a little too close to home. The scientists discover a comet that's going to crash into Earth, like the one that wiped out the dinosaurs, and unfortunately, politics. Like trying to explain to people in the modern day, hey, we need to like maybe do something about that, but oh, wait a second, capitalism. Wait, we can mine the comet for more materials to make more iPhones, and it's very like we were kind of like, yeah, this is going on like way too long. It's just like way too like we know it's a commentary. We know it's like a allegory for climate change and other catastrophes that we are facing. But it's just the amount of times that we've had to interact with people like that are denying it, like, oh, don't look up. There's just you won't see it. It's just a little like it's gonna hurt if you watch it, but it's a fun watch.
Okay. Cool.
I've heard mixed things about that movie, which is why wasn't even really like going on to it. I very rarely watch Netflix films unless they're like they're seen as like, oh, you gotta check this out.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if
Yeah, I
you don't
wouldn't say
like,
it's like a must see, but it's if you're interested. They did at least do a lot of research into like how scientists find new discoveries, how if a discovery like this would have been made, it would have happened, and likely how the news, the media, could have potentially reported on it. But uh, I'm not a fan of Jonah Hill. I'm just gonna say it. I know some people think he's a funny guy, but
is it
he's a
skinny
big character
Jonah
in this.
Hill or is he?
He's like in the movie, he's not the president, but he's like the head of staff, I think. And it's the president is his mom in the movie, and so he has a lot of privilege, we'll say, that he flaunts around the main characters, and it's just uh, politics.
I have to agree. Honestly, the only movie I liked him in was Super Bad.
Yes,
So
back when he was really fat.
yeah, yeah, Fat Jonah Hill.
I'm not,
But
why you didn't like wasn't he in 21 Jump Street and 22 Jump Street?
He
I did like
was.
21 Jump
yeah, he
Street,
was
yeah.
fine.
That's
He
funny
was
in
fine.
that.
And like so to be clear, he's a good actor. He does his role of being the annoying political narcissist very well. I just don't like it.
Yeah. I would probably
Uh,
say Super Bad was my favorite. He was
uh,
also
Yeah,
in Wolf of Wall Street, wasn't he? Or was he not?
if he was a minor character because I
I
just
thought he was
mostly
pretty
remember him as
major,
Leonardo
like the best
DiCaprio.
friend, wasn't he?
See the Wolf?
Well,
No, he
no,
wasn't the
Wolf has
wolf,
Leonardo
but
DiCaprio.
Yeah.
he was
Oh,
like
right.
the best friend who was like always fucking going nuts on Quaaludes.
Of course.
Oh yeah. But
I mean,
anyway,
I mean, I don't know much about current Jonah Hill because I haven't watched any movie with him in it in a while. Ever since he got like thinner.
Mhm.
yeah.
But he like I didn't watch that TV show he did with Emma Stone, Maniac, I believe that was popping off on Netflix for a little while.
I don't know.
Yeah.
So I don't wouldn't really say I have an opinion of him now because
Fair
I
enough.
haven't seen any of his recent stuff.
How
I
do you
mean, if
wanna-
you don't want to watch the Don't Look Up, there is Yashahime, which deals with the same type issue with a comet coming in.
The Inuyasha sequel.
Yeah, there's a comet that's
There's a
coming to
comet?
Earth. Yes, and the main
Same,
villain
same.
is basically he's trying to figure a way to stop the comet, and he's just making the world's worst. So
Same, same.
Sounds terrible.
Also, the
Yep.
Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire remake Delta
That's a-
episode, I think that was the same plot there.
That's a good segue into anime news.
Yeah.
Yes,
So.
they're gonna talk about Yashihime, that show that a
Yeah.
lot of people are watching. I'm sure so many people are loving the Inuyasha sequel. Hey, dude. Hey, so what exactly is happening in it? Oh, what's that? You don't know what it's about? Oh, neither do I. But anyways, on to be more serious, there's been a few things that have been happening. Well, first off, I took a look at like someone showed me a news article about Japan's movies and how much they raked in the box office and man, all 10 of the films, the top 10 movies in Japan, they were all anime films. And can you guys guess what the top 3 is?
Demon
Jujutsu
Slayer
Kaisen?
Train movie.
No,
Bell? Is
Demon
Bell
Slayer,
one of them?
was last year, so it
Or
doesn't
wait, I guess Bell
Oh.
already came out.
yes, Bell is one of them.
Oh, didn't I expected it to come out in Japan like way before we got it. So I was like, was it
Yeah.
up there?
Oh yeah, Bell is number 3. Guess what number? And no, Jujutsu Kaisen Jujutsu Kaisen came out a little too late to get into that ranking, so it ranked like 4 or something.
I think there was like a My Hero
Spider-Man?
Academia movie.
No, no.
Oh.
Spider-Man is a big box office that eventually dethroned Jujutsu Kaisen 0, which by the way was like a huge debut. But eventually Spider-Man, Spider-Man's from not from Japan, so it didn't count.
Japanese Spider-Man.
Japanese Spider-Man hasn't been relevant in decades.
All right, I'm out.
Oh, who was that girl from Enter the Spider-Verse? The Japanese
Penny.
Does she count?
The number 1 film was the new Evangelion rebuild.
Oh,
And
Oh, that came out. Oh yeah, that was good.
And the number 2 film was one of the recent Detective Conan movie.
I thought that Evangelion rebuild came out forever ago.
Nope. No.
Oh.
They
It
kept
feels like
getting
it should
delayed
have.
for
Just can't I can't keep up. I can't.
Yeah.
Well, I thought it came out like 3 or 4 months ago in theaters, but maybe I'm crazy.
I don't know.
Yeah,
So,
no.
like, Do Not Pass you're thinking about, or Do Not
Maybe.
Watch.
Yeah.
Do not. 4.44. Do not watch.
So yeah, from what I can see from this, Japan still really likes watching Detective Conan films because they love their anime Mission Impossible, except the main
Yeah,
protagonist
man.
is a kid film.
It's been going so long, they have to like it.
Yeah. I know, like I don't know if you guys ever watched Detective Conan movies, but they're like so different from the show, and that they're basically Mission Impossible films at this point. Like except the protagonist is
It's
a
still
kid.
it's still a weekly anime there, right?
Yeah, it still is.
That's crazy.
Conan has been 7 for like 20 years now.
Nobody's ever gonna license it here again. I don't think.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like dude,
It's too much
I'm like,
work.
I don't know. I have that thing will never die. It's like I have no idea how it's continuing to go on. But yeah, no live action Japanese films. And to be fair, I haven't really heard of any besides the Tokyo Revengers live action.
Mm-hmm.
That from what I know did all right. That it helped in promoting Tokyo Revengers manga sales to explode, although not I don't think as much as the anime. But yeah,
Mhm.
no live action Japanese films because yeah, I know that the live action Japanese movie industry has been kind of in a rut for a while. But Man, not a single. I guess there's just nothing coming out from those circles this in the last 2021.
Well, I guess when you also got to think about it with COVID and everything and restrictions, it's a
Yeah,
lot easier to kind of do animation where they could do it at their homes,
yeah.
record the
I mean,
lines.
they usually don't make good live action movies even with normal conditions, let alone with COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? I can't remember the last one that was big since Shoplifters.
Attack on Titan.
That was before, and that movie stunk.
That's the last one I can remember
I'm talking
seeing
about
it.
Shoplifters. That Japanese film that was actually popular enough to get decent reception here. Although I showed it to Ed, and he was not that big a fan of it.
Hmm.
As a man of culture and taste.
I
So.
didn't hear about that one. No.
Me either.
Really? It was high on Metacritic for a while. That's how I knew about it. But yeah. So yeah, looks like anime is like the primary is going to bring in the primary money for Japanese films aside from Spider-Man because Japan loves Spider-Man. Yep. And next news. And speaking of like anime, we got some other big anime. Did you guys see the new Bleach trailer?
No, I didn't check it out.
How
Does it
long
look
ago
good?
was it?
It was trending like a few weeks ago, I
Oh,
believe.
I seen it.
Yeah, yeah. And the most recent one, man, that animation is like, yeah, this is what's gonna get people excited for Bleach because it's kind of weird because Bleach got hated
Is
a lot when it was during its closing years.
is
But
Studio Perot doing it again, or is it a
yeah, I
different
think so. I
studio?
think so. Yeah, I think it's
Okay.
them again. But this time with improved animation. It's like,
Hmm.
yeah, I guess people are like have kind of forgotten how much backlash Bleach got during its concluding years in both the anime and the manga.
Hmm.
Although I guess must be because they sympathize more with the author once it was revealed that working for Shonen Jump practically almost killed him. So maybe that's the reason. But yeah, it's I think it's adapting the final arc, which a lot of people hated. But yeah, apparently, but people, I guess enough times passed that people are just excited for it now.
People have
Yeah,
forgotten how bad those last Bleach arcs were.
yeah,
Got,
Yes.
they've got to remind them.
yes. Well, I will admit the animation has made me interested in checking out this new Bleach because Bleach, as you
I'll
know,
probably watch it.
Yeah.
because Bleach back in the day did not have like the animation wasn't that great even for its
It,
time.
I thought it was solid for its time, but
It was
it
fine.
never improved. It just stayed
Yeah,
constant pretty much the whole
yeah,
run.
yeah,
I mean, when you think about it back then, when Bleach was almost considered to be part of like the elite Shonen Jump,
yeah,
all the animation was kind of similar.
yeah.
So it
I
wasn't
mean,
where it was.
Naruto stood out though with its animation
I
at first.
thought I thought Toei was doing the best job, but even then,
Yeah.
because that was when One Piece looked good.
But was it?
I thought it did. Or like
They
that's when
got
it looked like had that classic look to it, where it was kind of like looked kind of westerny at the same time. But
yeah.
now it's
What
like
was One Piece looking good at that time? I
I
don't remember
thought
too
so.
much. Okay, yeah, because like I haven't really watched One Piece in a while, so the I just remember the times when the animation was ashy.
yeah.
But yeah, and just a bit of minor news. The first we finally have a new Shonen Jump manga getting adapted into an anime, and of course it's Ayakashi Triangle because we need another fan service Shonen Jump because after the last one flopped so hard that people forgot that you well I don't think it flopped hard, but I don't think anyone remembers Yuna and the Hot Springs came out or that it even had an anime because, well, first of all, it was adapted by Zebek, and Zebek makes like some of the most forgettable anime you'll ever see if you can't even remember seeing it. And I expect if Zebek touches Ayakashi Triangle, I am just going to go, well, this thing is doomed because the appeal of Ayakashi Triangle is supposed to be the main character gets turned into a girl, and then he has a lesbian romance with his childhood best friend.
We've
Like,
already. I mean, Camp Fair's been out for a long time. We don't need another one.
Yeah.
yeah, well, this one takes itself a little more seriously and a little less seriously at the same time. But fan service anime these days, like they need to get like they need to actually have some budget in them to stand out or something like that, and they usually don't. So they don't usually get the best treatment. But then again, and then you have weird stuff like Monster Musume, which didn't look the best until the final episode, where for some reason the animation quality just kicked up during a cooking scene. I have no idea how that happened, but
They saved the budget for
yes,
last.
yes, they did. Yeah,
The Food
there.
Wars strategy.
Yeah.
Yes. But we shall see. That's still a long ways off, though. So, and okay, now in more serious animation news, do you guys remember High Dive?
Unfortunately,
I
Yes.
randomly got a coupon for $10 off it. I never used that coupon.
It was a
Yeah.
scam. Even if it's from the company, it was a scam.
Yes. Well, they got bought. They got bought by AMC Networks. And by the way, I found out that a lot of people keep confusing AMC Networks with AMC Theaters, and I'm like, really? You guys still make that mistake? I thought that mistake was like something we got over long ago.
I didn't know AMC was still a thing. I thought they got brought out and just absorbed.
You mean A? No,
AMC, the channel and network.
no, I
I
thought no,
remember
I saw AMC Network still
at the
exists.
start of like the pandemic, their stocks and everything were going super down because nobody wanted to go see a movie. But
I'm sorry.
yeah,
We're talking about the TV, not the film.
not those guys though.
See, Nick.
I
See,
made the
Nick, even
mistake.
you were making that mistake. I'm like, I thought we moved past this mistake.
Okay, AMC the network.
Alright,
Okay.
No,
So
the
what's
Breaking Bad
on
guys,
AMC,
the
the
Walking
network
Dead
now?
guys, those guys,
Oh,
the guys who are like Preacher, *Halt and Catch Fire*. Those old classics. I think they had Mad Men too. I forget.
I
I
mean,
think they did.
didn't Walking Dead only come on AMC?
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh
so
crap!
and
Yeah.
I don't remember Breaking Bad was only on AMC, but I thought it was.
Yeah, I believe it was. Or at least it was the primary. I know. Better Call Saul is.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure like they held tight onto those IPs. They're like, that's all we got. We gotta get it going.
Yeah, that's why Better Call Saul season 5 and 6 are not on Netflix. They don't want to. They
You have to
just
get the
got season
AMC
1 through 4,
subscription.
and they're like, okay, now fuck off.
Wonder how much that buyout was. Probably like
$20.
I could probably afford it even.
We
For
probably
High
could
Dive?
afford it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, because like a lot. I've seen some people go like, oh no, this is gonna make the anime industry worse, and I'm like, dude, have you seen High Dive? Literally, no one signs up for that platform. You know, and it's hard. It's not hard to see why, because like High Dive, the only thing it was known for were a few exclusives that people really like. I mean, people really like, Made in Abyss, Girls Last Tour, Legend of Galactic Heroes, and such. What do they have that's new? Like, everyone
Mm,
yeah,
knows
just
it's the
like
new stuff
older
that gets
ones.
people drawn in there, and like the last new thing that I remember them getting is like, well, they got the new Takagi season, which is a is a minefield on of its own, because Takagi season 1 is on Crunchyroll, Takagi season 2 is on Netflix, and now Takagi season 3 is on High Dive, and they just split it all up
mhm.
badly. But it's like High Dive just doesn't have anything to draw customers in. The YouTube channel is pretty much, it's like dog, like so uh, so unpopular. It might as
Hey
well not
Justin,
exist.
quick question:
Mhm.
with that acquisition, because Haidai had really big close ties with Sentai Animation and Sentai
That's because
Filmation.
they
It's
are like
owned by
produced by
Sentai.
Sentai.
So does that include that as well, or just the high dive? Like,
I don't know the full details, but they basically AMC is I guess trying to get into the anime market by acquiring High Dive, and because, well, I and the only reason I can really see that, and I can only see that being beneficial, because High Dive is so low on the totem pole compared to all the other streaming services, they might as
They
well.
bought it. They bought Sentai entirely.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
oh,
so
so
it's
we're getting a Better Off Soul anime.
hmm
Oh man, if they funded that, that would definitely get high, and it was good. They would definitely kick off High Die's popularity a bit, because, yeah, I mean, like High Die's reputation was basically just like getting all the forgotten anime. But the thing is, forgotten anime is that nobody wants to watch them. And
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting because it's like the old man getting into Bitcoin 20 years later.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
that's
but
a significant uphill unless they're planning to really fund high dive and
yeah.
kind of grow it into some type of network.
I know. Like, I mean, since I did try in the past with Amazon with their anime strike thing, but the thing is, Amazon treated the anime so badly that it didn't work out.
Yeah, Amazon treats everything badly.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's mostly anime to an extent. Aside from like the I mean like the Evangelion movies were treated decently, but like that's the thing. Like Amazon is just like so big, like that they they just don't really need anime, so I think they just kind of just ignored it after a while. That's why, with the exception of the Evangelion films, they haven't licensed any anime in a long time. Yeah, High Dive kind of needs this to like keep up these days because it was pretty much a dead website. It's off Verve now, and I was honestly surprised that some of our members didn't know that High Dive has been off Verve for a
Yeah.
while. Verve has been gutted for like a long time.
Yeah, it's like nothing. Like I'm
Yeah.
actually gonna log into my Verve account now to figure out what's
No,
still there.
It's
there's no point
still
in
it's still a better value than Crunchyroll in my opinion, but
doesn't
I don't know, there's like nothing there.
well, you get a
that's
subscription to both when you subscribe to Verve. So I mean,
you have Crunchyroll and
You have Mondo and
Mondo. That's it.
Verselect,
That's it. That's it. Yeah. There's only like 3 channels on there. Like
and one's basically a repeat.
yeah. Yeah,
Huh.
I don't know what like I got a Verve a while ago, but it's like there's no reason for me to like uh there's no reason to have Verve or Crunchyroll because you're just paying more for stuff that
You're not
real
gonna
you're probably
watch.
not gonna watch. Yeah, man. Yeah, Verve that's pretty much dead too, but that's a whole separate thing unless they liven it up somewhere. People are waiting for that Funimation and Crunchyroll merger to
Oh
pay
yeah, when's
off.
that gonna happen?
I don't know. I don't know a lot about the background politics of that kind of stuff. People attempt to explain it on Reddit. But let's be real. I don't think they're that trustworthy. But yeah, we'll have to see what the high dive buyout is going to be like. But yeah, like I said, I do not see how this is a negative thing because high dive was going to die anyways. Okay, it's not like what happened with Anime Lab when Funimation bought it and then just like killed the only good streaming service in Australia for its own shitty one. All right.
Well,
So next one. Speaking of like backhanded politics that I don't know much about, Ken Akamatsu is running for the Liberal Democratic Party, and he's. I know that Ken Akamatsu has been pretty has been known for getting in these sort of political talks before. He's done it in the past. He's been like arguing. He's been defending Moe and other and like been like pretty anti-censorship for a while now. He's talked about that quite a bit. I don't really know what his position, if he even if this succeeds though, is going to like allow him to even do personally. Like as some people have like I don't know much about the LDP to begin with. Some people say it's the Japanese version of the GOP, which is kind of weird considering GOP is Republican and Liberal Democratic Party is what I assume Liberal Democratic Party means.
It's
Uh,
it's making assumptions like that for other countries' political parties is not always the right. I think that's how it is for Japan, but it's
yeah.
yeah, it's
And also,
complicated.
people told me that even if he is put in a position, like he wouldn't be able to affect too much. But and like, so I don't really know what Ken Akamatsu is really hoping to accomplish through his eh, through like getting into this kind of stuff. I always whenever I see try to look at comments, they always say, "Oh, goody, the man who had his main protagonist have sex with a bunch of girls in space." Is now running for a governmental position. Cheers be to Mr. Akamatsu. And I'm like, yes, 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 yes. We're all aware Mr. Akamatsu was the guy who started the modern harm trend with Love Hina, blah 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 blah. But it's like, but
is
like I
it a
said,
good thing?
I
Because I
mean,
don't know much about Japanese
He
politics.
brings up Sailor Moon in the interview as well. This is
I know
interesting.
he has brought up how he was confused why The Simpsons is changing like Apu's actor solely based on Hank Azaria's race rather than his acting. He's like he doesn't see why people would do that and such like and he's talked about how he's not really up for like changing history, but just like putting warnings to say, oh yeah, this is a different time and such like that. It's like I said, I know quite a bit about Ken Akamatsu's politics because he's been outspoken on it for a little while regarding at least regarding when it comes to the censorship stuff. But I'm not really sure what he's hoping to accomplish with this. But it's really more noteworthy because because it's Ken Akamatsu who's doing it. It's the man with the hot wife who cosplays for him and was hugely influential in both the anime and the manga industry, despite the fact that none of his manga have gotten good anime adaptations. Have what is doing this. But
Good for him.
yeah, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
we'll see. Next
I'd vote
one,
for
we got
him. No, I don't know. I can't vote in Japan's election,
yeah.
and I
Can't
would want to
get
look
it.
more into his
Yeah,
actual politics
I don't even
first.
know who his opponents are. I'm sure a bunch of weebs would like to do that.
I feel like there may be a lot of people, yeah,
Yeah.
We
voting
got
for him,
we
the
got
anime
the
fans.
Scott Pilgrim anime by Netflix. We're getting a Scott Pilgrim anime by the Science Saru guys on
Mhm.
Netflix, and I had to weed through a bunch of Netflix ruining anime comments to see like any actual benefits of this, and I'm like, okay, so we got Scott Pilgrim becoming an anime, maybe making a more proper adaptation of the comics, I guess, without Michael Cera. I don't know. It's
I
like
think it's a hard
Yeah.
one to do.
We'll see.
Yeah.
see. I don't know. I'm one of those. I have a friend in San Antonio who preferred the movie to the books, but I honestly preferred the.
That doesn't
Honestly
sound like a
preferred the
good
comics.
friend.
I definitely prefer the comics looks to the movie. Like, I think I like the arts, the O'Malley's art style, and how they did things better than the movie. But there is the charm of Michael Cera back when he was fresh. But I can't really say much about it until you get closer.
Yeah, we'll see on that
Uh,
one.
I'll watch a couple episodes and
As
get
long as they
my.
don't make a live action.
we already we already have a live
Oh wait,
action with Michael Cera. Did you forget that?
I've seen Scott Pilgrim, but
Yes.
that would be funny if they make another live
Another
action
live
remake
action.
of the
Yeah.
anime
Like,
and
well,
ruin that
it's
somehow.
like, well, that's useless. We already have one. It's like, I mean, lots of people. I mean, how can you beat Edgar Wright? And we got it too. Nobody's surprised except the people who don't know this. Attack on Titan crashing the Crunchyroll servers when it premiered last Sunday. While I go the Chad anime watcher watch it on Hulu, like a normal person who doesn't care about anime streaming services. See, this
I
is what I
watched it on
don't
Funimation.
that too, yeah. But it's like because and Hulu technically has the Funimation version. But yeah, this is why I cannot really I just like stay away from Crunchyroll stuff these days because well your servers still crash when due to the popularity, man. It's just like no, you this is just one of the many problems you have along with your bad panels and your soon to be bad award show. But yeah, it's just like do you know anyone personally who tried to go to watch Attack on Titan as soon as it premiered?
No.
There's a
Complain
couple of
about?
people in open chat talked
Yeah,
about
I
they
know.
couldn't
I
watch
know
it.
those people. I mean, like anyone personally, that
I remember
tried
like
to.
Twitter was upset, but they're always
Twitter's
upset.
always upset.
So I don't know
I
if that
mean, yeah.
counts.
Well, the thing, yeah, Twitter is like Reddit that they need to get their anime as soon as it comes out. Okay, and then they were the ones who spoiled the major death on on their other platforms. So it's like, yeah, and I'll be honest, the episode wasn't worth that much. You could have. It's just you could have waited.
Yeah, but still, did you see the animation of the first episode?
It was
It
decent.
re- yeah, it really looked like a COVID anime because it was pretty rough.
Yeah. I mean,
Like,
Then it's probably one of those scenarios where they'll just come back later to do the touch up, like what they
yeah,
did with Dragon Ball Super. Like it looked like shit, and they came back.
I'm expecting that show to be like Dragon Ball Super and that it's gonna crash those servers almost every week as soon as the new episode premieres.
yeah.
And then I'll just be like, well, I'll just go to my other sites to see it because I'll be honest, I'm not subscribed to any anime streaming services. Like
Uh,
Victoria and her husband Terry have been wanting me to check out Thunderbolt Fantasy, Gen Urobuchi's puppet show, and I'm like, it's on Crunchyroll,
Yeah, I
and
think it's on Crunchyroll and Verve.
and the only pirate sites that have it is 9 Anime, and I'm like,
Wait, we can't endorse this.
no,
Oh, we're not
I'm
endorsing it. This is
not
just
going on
Justin.
9 Anime.
I mean, it's freaking puppets. You're not missing anything.
Oh, that they will say otherwise.
Hey, I saw it like 10 years ago. Erin tried to watch it. She got like nightmares. So
On puppets, it's just puppets.
she doesn't like puppets.
Well, that's
Fair enough.
unfortunate.
Yeah.
What
So
you do.
yes,
Oh,
it's
All
just
right.
anime puppets.
But yeah, Crunchyroll really need like this is why I'm never going to support like stuff like Crunchyroll until they actually, make something that's like decent. Like I'm like granted, I haven't checked their video plan in a long time. Maybe it's more than functional, but given the server problems, doubtful.
I mean, the same thing happened to Funimation as well.
And Funimation's worse.
Yeah, and you gotta remember they have like one server. They don't have backup resilience. They're like whatever. It's only gonna happen these couple of hours, and it doesn't make sense to spend more on servers and having backups if you're not getting an influx all the time.
Yeah,
So
of course. Yeah.
it's just like Nintendo with the Nintendo Store. It's like an old service sitting underneath Miyamoto's office, and when it blocks up, but you get your shit eventually.
It does usually crash every Christmas. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Let's get through these last two major news points. First off, this is more manga news than anime news, but this was everywhere during the New Year's week, so I might as well bring it up. Rent a Girlfriend killed itself. It literally committed suicide on New Year's Day when it released a chapter where the main character imagined himself getting cheated on and got a boner from it in the swimming pool.
this sounds like it's on brand.
Yeah.
This got memed so hard. That face of his that meme of his face while he was jacking off to getting NTR'd was everywhere on meme sites for a little while. It's like because people were just like, why did you do that? Why did you just confirm that you reset that the main character did not grow at all and that he does not deserve this girl who, quite frankly, isn't that great himself. Giga tells you that she's the best waifu ever. That is a lie, okay? Okay, literally literally anything Giga tells you about waifu taste is a lie. Never believe him. But the point is that the Rent a Girlfriend after the infamous chapter 208 it coined the term Kako Genjutsu now because literally everyone in the and the timing was kind of funny because the Rent a Girlfriend season 2 promotional art came out just like
Hmm.
a day or two ago. All the comments were like, well, 90% of the comments were basically like, oh, I can't wait till that chapter gets animated. Yes.
It's been a while since I've seen Naruto, but yeah, I don't remember that one being one of his arts that he did.
It's like
Oh, wow.
Jesus Christ. It like well, I don't know. I have like I'm sure that the guy Reiji Mizushima is just suffering from like the same burnout that the Bleach author is going through. Like maybe his editors are forcing him to prolong the story or whatever. But it's just like, dude, you literally just killed your manga. Okay? Like you're going to have to do something really big to like turn it around and based on what I've heard from the recent chapter, he hasn't. All he did all he did was like the main character decides he's not good enough for the girl and it's like you're on chapter 219, dude. You should really have made more progress than this. But yes, I'm pretty sure that the Rent a Girlfriend anime onlys are going to keep their going to get away have to stay away from social media to avoid what people are considering the return of domestic girlfriend because we all know how that
Oh
caused
God,
an uproar
I
after
forgot about that.
What will they
that.
think of next?
Yes, it's very infamous manga killing uh, I move, and we shall I mean the memes died down obviously by now because all memes do, but um but we shall see when that anime comes back if people are actually. I mean, people are still gonna look forward to it, obviously. But it's like, but we shall see how long that enthusiasm lasts. Because I'll be honest, like there's an argument that Rent a Girlfriend only got popular because it came out during a season where nothing else was airing. So, and now, and since the second season is going to come in a more stacked season, and with the recent controversy doesn't help. Who knows what will occur from it. I mean, personally, I don't think we care because I don't think any of us like that
I
show,
was gonna
but
say
I never
I've not
watched it.
watched it.
or
I
watched
watched
it.
3 episodes
I've
and I'm like,
heard
this is
of
trash.
it,
And
but yeah, it's
personally,
a mess.
I think that anime sucks, but I do laugh at how the author basically killed his
It
story.
seems like a bit of a dumpster fire. Maybe you want
Yeah.
to check out where it's going, but
No, no, it's not. It's really not. Anyways, and then the final news. I'm sure a lot of people probably know about this one because this one is actually really major compared to everything else. It's the whole Twitch streamer meta. This one isn't strictly anime related because like it mostly started with like watching Gordon Ramsay MasterChef stuff on Twitch, and it just kind of careened into watching anime on Twitch when Disguised Toast started doing it. And I think XQC did the Hunter x Hunter stuff after Disguised Toast. Because like I got informed about this like a little while from like Abby during a visual novel chat. It's like Disguised Toast is streaming Naruto episodes. Like you do realize you get copyright struck from that, right? Like what happened with Totally Not Mark. But yeah, but no, it turns out a lot of people were doing this Twitch meta thing, and uh, yeah, the big streamers are just like what we're watching anime just to see how much they could get away with, and they got a lot of flack for it because the reason that they can get away with it is because Twitch will never like kill off their cash cows unless it's Doctor Disrespect. I don't know, or Ludwig, I guess, but
yeah, it seemed like some guys were able to like watch whole seasons of anime
yeah,
when, like on
yeah.
YouTube, you play like 5 seconds of a clip of a song and you get
Disguised
canceled.
Toast did the whole Death Note, watch the entire Death Note series until
Yeah,
the final episode where he got banned. But then he revealed that his ban was fake the entire time because he was back pretty quickly, and was like, apparently I've heard about it. It was like to send a message or something about DMCA, and I'm like, you do realize there are better ways
Yeah, I thought
do
it was like some DMCA movement after Pokimane fucked up.
It was a,
Yeah.
it was, but it's like, you guys know that there are better ways to start a DMCA movement, right? Just like, basically just talking about DMCA. And I don't know if Disguised Toast or deleted the VODs of him watching Death Note or Naruto or anything because I haven't looked at his, I haven't looked.
Well, talking about DMCA's never done anything, unfortunately.
True. That's true.
Not
Yeah.
that I think this is the way to go about it, but
Yeah, no, like
um,
what exactly are you gonna? Especially because anime, they are so notorious. Anime companies are so notorious for for copyright strike. They're notorious as
it's
like Viacom.
it's probably more on Twitch or the like actual service provider to reach out to those Japanese companies and do some licensing so that their talents can actually stream that stuff. That's probably what it's gonna have to be.
I think I know what the solution is. If we get that Ken guy elected,
Akamatsu?
then maybe he'll help out.
He'll be the bridge.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately,
He'll be the
I don't know
bridge.
how much Ken Akamatsu even knows about Twitch, and I don't think he talks about copyright at all.
Yeah, it probably wouldn't do anything. But
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Especially not surprised that XQC didn't get banned for watching Hunter x Hunter episodes, because like XQC is like the most popular thing on Twitch besides Critical Role, and but even then he gets more viewers on average than Critical
Yeah,
Role.
it's a double standard, and they need to figure out a solution for the smaller content creators
Although,
who
although
can't
to be,
do
to be
that.
fair, and yes, I'm aware that these Twitch streamers, especially Disguised Toast and XQC, they know what they're doing is wrong. I didn't listen to their justifications for it, why they were doing it, even though they knew it was wrong. I I did see Hassan justification for the Meta Chef thing though, and as predicted, his justifications were hilariously bad. It was basically the symbol of, hey, hey, it's only illegal if I don't get caught. So let me proceed to murder this man in front of 20,000 people. You better not snitch on me. Why am I getting caught? What? Who? Which one of you snitched? I told you not to snitch on me. It's like, dude, you literally broadcasted in front of a stadium of people. Okay, you really should know better. But but then again, it wouldn't be Hassan if he didn't make hilarious takes that can't that some argues bad, some is just like, well, good work from a certain point of view. But yeah, but yeah. Anyways, I think the anime streaming Twitch meta and the streaming Twitch meta in general is over now. But yeah, it's common sense. You can't watch movies or TV shows on stream. Okay, that's why Hololive have that, and especially Amelia Watson. When their watch alongs, they're just like they don't actually show the footage. They're just like they time it with their audience and all that.
Yeah, you gotta watch it on your own.
You got to
stream.
watch it on your own. Like
Oh, okay.
that's how watch parties usually go. Like it's like then it's like I think it's acceptable. That's acceptable. And Amazon has the whole watch party thing where you can use that. Like you could use that. But yeah, this whole but yeah, like if it's a message on DMCA, I'm all for talking about DMCA, but like it's very clear you're not really supposed to be watching that sort of stuff on Twitch in the first place. Like I mean, especially when you're dealing with Japan stuff. Like, you can't even play certain Japanese games on Twitch, okay? Because they don't like that. It is like if it's supposed to be like a message on Japan's outdated copyright laws, well, no, I'm sorry, but no movie company or whatever is going to say, yeah, it's okay to stream our film or series or whatever on Twitch. It's just like no one's gonna say that. So I'm not sure what the message was trying to be, but yeah, I do not foresee that aspect of the streaming DMCA getting changed in any way.
But speaking
And
of Japanese games,
and yeah,
Yeah.
so yeah, that's all the
We're
anime
so good
news.
at these segues.
Yeah,
I caught it. I was like, I gotta get.
Yeah.
let's get
Good
to
job.
what actually matters, the game.
Oh, so we heard there's a Breath of the Wild multiplayer mod in development. I think this
Yeah.
may be my chance. I think this is my chance to actually beat it. I need somebody to hold me accountable, and I'll get a
It's-
friend in.
We're waiting too long for the sequel, and
wonder-
someone found out a way to put like
It's
you can play
funny.
as Rivali and the other characters
Because
and
I was
stuff.
looking up the Oblivion mod, like the Oblivion multiplayer mod the other day, so it's funny we came across this. And I wonder if it's gonna be like that, because when I looked at the Oblivion co-op mod, it's like it works, but you guys have to like kind of stay together, so the camera just does like a view of like it does like a
You have to
view
be in the
and
same
you-
screen or
yeah
something.
yeah, it does like a third person view of both the people co-oping, and you have to move the camera together kind of. So I hope it's not like that. I hope it's actually like each person in the co-op
Their own camera.
hold on, next gun 240p.
Oh no,
Oh,
am I still
no.
there?
Yeah, you're back. Somebody cut Nick's budget. What the fuck?
Frontier Wi-Fi. Why?
Yeah, I don't know if they have like if every person in the co-op is actually like able to explore the world independently of each other, that would be fucking insane. But the I've said this a million times, but the Breath of the Wild mining community is like insanely talented, and nobody's ever gonna see it. So because you have to hack your Switch to see it, or you could do the emulation on PC, but we don't do that. It's illegal. Mario Kart 9, there's been some development rumors, but I mean, I feel like those have been going on for a long time now. Because I mean, Mario Kart 8 came out like shit, almost like
Yeah, it was
9 years
for
ago,
Wii U.
7 years ago,
Yeah,
maybe.
the Wii. Yeah, it came out on the Wii U like 2015 at least.
Nah, I thought it was like 2013. Maybe it was
I mean, do we
2014.
really count Wii U releases?
Right. They
Nobody.
re-released it. Yeah, maybe when
Yeah.
Mario Kart 8 Deluxe came out for Switch, but
And that's been one of the top sellers for
Oh, yeah.
2014, May 2014 for Wii U.
yeah.
Huh.
But yeah, it's been a top seller for the Switch, and with the new one,
It
that
was the top seller for Wii U too. Go figure. It's
so the
almost
three
like there
people.
was no other contenders on the Wii U.
But apparently this release is gonna be similar to like Smash Bros, where it'll be multiple IPs to be
Oh, that'd be
raced
pretty
around.
cool. It seems like they were doing
Would
that
be
on
cool.
they were kind of already doing that on MK8 anyways with their own IPs.
Yeah,
There's like Splatoon and
Yeah.
Villager from Animal
yeah.
Crossing and all these other
One
crossovers. Yeah.
thing I think has been bugging me, like I love MK8. It's my favorite Mario Kart at this point. I think it's just a really solid game. Um, but I felt like the cars kind of ruined it, like the car parts and all that, because you have to really like know the meta, or like you kind of gotta get the perfect stats to really be up to par with everybody else on some of them courses. But I don't
Are
know.
you
I
talking like
kind
on a
of
are you talking on like a competitive market or just regular
just like in a
casual play?
party, like casual play. Um, because we played it a few times and we've just noticed that like somebody who doesn't know what they're doing when they're picking their car can't stand a chance, even if they did know the controls. Um, and I'm not too crazy about that aspect. I like that there's different car models, but when it breaks it down into stats for cars and wheels and like the glider, I don't know. It takes a little bit of the fun out of it for me.
Now,
But
if they were to make like a pure version where it's just everybody has the same car, speed, wheels on top of the regular game, would that work for you? Just
um,
like a arcade mode.
yeah, that would be cool. I'd be fine with that. If you're talking like when you go into multiplayer competitive play, then it comes down to the cart style. Um, and they could always just make it cosmetic, like just purely cosmetic, rather than the whole have the stat system. That's kind of more what I'm advocating for. But
I guess I was kind of wondering in another direction though too, if it's going to be other Nintendo properties and IPs, like would they play totally different? Like if you got Zelda racing on a bike, would she get
that's true.
Triforce items instead of Mario items? Or
Yeah, I don't
Ooh,
know.
that's
who
real,
knows?
real ambitious there.
Yeah, then
But
we're
That
looking at
would,
more
yeah,
like
be way more unbalanced, maybe, or
where
difficult
every
to balance.
character has a
Potentially.
unique power. It's more like Twisted Metal or something, you know?
Yeah, I know in Double Dash, each character had a unique
Did they?
item that only they could get or something.
I don't remember that. Maybe
Uh,
they did.
yeah, it's been
but
a while.
some of those were, yeah, more.
But I
My
mean,
my
we
brother
we
kept
do
getting the
know
triple red shells, and I always got me
we
with
do
that.
know it's gonna have some sort of unique mechanic to MK9. So I'm excited to see what that is.
And apparently, it won't come out for the Switch. It's being developed for the new console that Nintendo's working on.
Hmm.
That was in the news I saw on the rumors. So it would make sense since we're kind of getting into like the tail end of the
Yeah.
Switch main life cycle.
When did the Switch
Yeah.
come out? 2016?
2016.
Yeah, I think so. 2016,
Yeah, it was
2017.
2016.
I mean, the life cycle of the console.
17 because that's definitely when Breath of the Wild came out.
Let me check. I mean, the usually a console life cycle is like 8 years,
Almost.
6 to 8,
Well, remember,
6 to 8 usually. If it's a
some of
Nintendo
them lasted.
console,
Switch is pushing it.
yeah. If it's a Wii U, it's gonna be 4. But if it's a popular console, I mean, we're probably looking. It'll push. It may push up to 8 years. I mean, the 3DS pushed like 10 almost.
You can literally still get new games on the store for it now.
Yeah. Yeah, so we'll see. I do agree that the base consoles probably finish this run. I think they're gonna start releasing more unique versions of the Switch. They already have with the OLED model. And I hope those I hope this is the year, or like that we get some news on whether or not there's gonna be like a Switch Pro or some sort. But I would like
I
one.
I think the Switch still has like 2 years of like full support.
Yeah. That's definitely true. But I wonder where they would go with it after. I know we can at least confirm without rumors that the online's gonna suck no matter what the new console's gonna
Yes,
be.
and the friend codes.
Yeah. Yeah, there's still gonna be like a 20-digit friend code.
And
You'll
then you
need
gotta get your
Nintendo
parents.
Switch Online plus to
Yeah.
they'll add that on, make it more expensive somehow. Oh,
So South.
Honestly, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I
You
think
have something else?
if Nintendo continues with like the Switch model, I think it's a real good idea.
Yeah.
Just fit better internal parts, fix the drift on the Joy Cons, because I still love my Switch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been great. I just feel like their idea of a pro model and our idea of a pro model are two separate things, and we're just gonna get some like slightly souped up, 25% more battery life and 10% more screen Switch, and it's like this is
Like
the pro
the OLED.
model. Yeah.
I don't know. I think once we
You get
see,
you get a full 60 frames in MK8 with 4 people. Have fun, guys.
I think once the Steam Deck comes out and the reviews and how that hardware goes, it'll probably help Nintendo dictate the
Put
way
some
they want to
pressure
go.
on them. Put a little bit
Well, not
of
even
maybe not
pressure.
pressure, just kind of light a fire, I guess.
I won't even say that. It's like, oh, this is how a pro model would look like. It. I think it will give them inspiration to
Yeah.
make the pro model better than the Switch Deck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see what happens. I hope something happens. We'll see. So South Korea is banning NFT games. You want to talk on that a little bit, Nick?
Oh,
so
God.
it came out the week before. Has anyone heard of Cookie Run Kingdom?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe.
of course I
Yeah, the
Okay.
Genshin killer.
Supposedly the Genshin killer. A lot of at Genshin's anniversary, people are saying they're moving over to Cookie Run Kingdom, so it's a gacha game, and the developers in South Korea were saying they're going to be switching over to making it an NFT based game for your cookies, I guess somehow. And the
Fuck.
following, I think it was like the following weekend or something, the South Korean government came out and were like,
No, you
we're
can't.
gonna pre-ban that, whatever that is.
That
So
sucks.
I don't know if it's going to be a trend. If there's going to be more NFT based
Oh,
games, stuff like
absolutely. I've
that.
already seen them.
Yeah,
It's there. Yeah.
it seems to be going that direction. But
I wish I was.
I don't
If
know.
they were gonna do it, and if it did go through, I would have kicked myself for not being in a cookie run and getting like some of those Hollow Live NFTs ready to go.
Right.
Yeah.
I know there's a lot of money to be made in it, but I feel like it's can be dangerous and like predatory. So like Europe, EU has been banning like gotcha based gambling games for younger kids and stuff like that. And so I'm wondering if maybe this will also go in that route, if more governments will start actually looking into this. But for now, it's a bit of a wild west.
I don't know. Yeah, it really just boils down to like who they let into their platform to buy these things. If they're letting kids in to buy them, I would say it's more on the distributor than it is on the actual concept of NFT, right? Because at the end of the day, it's like it's like collecting trading cards sometimes for some of these services. But if they have a practical use in the game, then it's like trading cards, but also loot crates kind of bundled into one thing, you know? So
I'm
I don't
gonna
know.
I'm gonna take an EA approach and say, you know what? It's up to the parents on
Yeah, parent your kids better.
Yes, educating their kids on
And it's
using NFTs responsible.
They're not wrong either.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a good life lesson early on gambling, basically. In a way.
Oh my god. Did you hear of that one girl that like stole or borrowed her dad's credit card, or it was like just supposed to be for travel, and she spent like $60,000 on Genshin on it
Oh
or
my
something?
god.
It was making the news, and the dad is like, "What is a venti? What is?" Like,
I actually did that once
it was so
before.
bad.
I stole
But
my mom's credit card and I spent like $300 on a World of Warcraft private server.
Oh no.
She
I feel
was
like yeah,
so
it's a
pissed.
learning lesson, but
But then I showed her the weapons I got with it, and she was like, "Oh, that's okay." Nah, she was just pissed.
yeah, chased it out of Tennessee.
Yeah, that's why I left. Could never go back. I was excommunicated. So in other news, I saw that I saw this on Twitter, but like so PS Now cards are getting pulled from UK stores, UK retailers, and from what it sounds like, they're being pulled for a PS Now revamp, which is about 6 years late in my opinion for a revamp of PS Now, but if they are actually revamping PS Now, that's good. Maybe they're trying to actually compete with Game Pass for once. I don't know. They should have done it a long time ago, but
I mean, they had it before Game Pass.
do
I
they?
had like a free 2-year subscription. I never used it because I had the game that was on it.
I've
So
tried to use it like multiple times. I've gotten Game Pass cards for Christmas, and or PS Now cards for Christmas, and I'm like, I'll sign up for it. I'll try it out for maybe 2 weeks, but it's just it's not the selection of the games is pretty bad. The
it looked
streaming's
clunky.
always been kind of rough.
I've heard that the Psychonauts 2 Game Pass port was not great. Like there were some
The
graphics
PS Now.
not the, on Xbox Game Pass for
Oh,
Psychonauts.
we're talking about PS Now being shit,
Yeah.
Oh,
but
I'm not very familiar.
but we're
with
comparing it. Yeah, as you shouldn't be. It's terrible. It's terrible service.
Yeah, they go fit like the Nintendo Switch Online of
It's literally
game services.
it's literally a it's like when you remote into a virtual desktop is essentially what it is. You're using a virtual, you're streaming gameplay from a PS3 to your PS4 or PS5, and even with great internet, you're gonna get frames. Like it's just or like some weird bugs.
But I think if they're planning to do a Game Pass killer, they have the library.
Oh yeah, they have the library. It's just kind of like they got to get the service down. They got to get the UI smoother.
And mind you, they purchased a company like maybe 4 or 5 years ago that was known for streaming multimedia and video games.
I can't remember that.
Yeah, it was like a Japanese company, and it's like, oh, they're actually taking PS Now seriously, and we never heard much about it
And,
after.
apparently they weren't. But yeah, there's so much potential with with Sony's licenses they have available in PS Now. It's just they got to get out of the idea. They got to get out of the mindset of this whole like streaming to the console. That's got to be an option, but that can't be the only option because I think they should also allow you to install the game from PS Now so you can just, pull. You don't have to sit there streaming it the whole time. Or maybe download sections of it as you go.
Or
But
you know what? Why don't you just put it into the PS Plus subscription instead of keeping
yeah,
it
bundle it
separate?
in. That would be a
Because
way to sell PS Plus because I don't think people are really too enticed by PS Plus anymore.
Yeah.
I don't know. I had like a 10-year subscription back when I worked in the Best Buy days, and they actually gave a discount on it. So
Yeah,
I
back when there was
stopped.
GCU.
Yeah.
I miss GCU. Now you just have to pay a membership just to buy stuff from Best Buy. But yeah, we'll see. Hopefully it's a positive change in PS Now because it's kind of a dead service. I don't know who uses it.
They kept it going for so long too, but
Yeah.
we'll keep going.
So Genshin 2.4 is already out since we put that talking point there, but it's okay. I don't know if you played any of it, Nick.
yeah.
I like the area. It's a
atmospheric.
really pretty
Yeah.
area, but I haven't really dove into it. I'm kind of on my Genshin burnout right now, and usually I would dive right in, explore for hours, but with Endwalker out, with Monster Hunter Rise coming out, I've just been so busy playing anything but Genshin right now. I'll log in and I'll have 160 resin and it feels terrible, but I'm like, well, fuck it. I just do the damn mystic stones for easy resin burn. But yeah, I don't know. It's just the new characters have been impossible for me to pull. The new area I just didn't feel too crazy about. The events have been kind of meh recently, but maybe once the Lantern Festival comes out, it'll be a little bit more interesting because that was really fun when they first introduced that.
Yeah,
But
hopefully,
yeah,
I believe that'll be coming up soon. It's like their Chinese New Year sort of equivalent. It's interesting too because they like announced. Oh, also Yaimiko will be coming out. That's everyone is really excited about that character, but it's like on the same day that the banners for the other new characters just come out that are like going to be there for like another couple months, and people are like, "Oh, we were going to get
save your
those,
credit cards.
but
Don't spend
now
too
I'm
much
actually
here.
saving for the other new waifu character, in the future." So it's
Yeah,
interesting marketing strategy.
yeah. I don't know.
I don't know about it.
They need to put. I would like them to put some more repeat banners in between each new character so I can. Like, I got kind of sad when they started doing 2 repeats on the same banner, like the 2 5-star repeats, because I was actually using those repeat banners for like, maybe a couple 2 months of repeat banners to kind of stock up on Primogems for the new character that's coming. But now we don't have as big of a gap, so it's gonna be kind of hard to keep up with it.
Yeah, there's just not as much of the free currency that you're getting. They're weaning us off of it. Maybe is the term.
Yeah, well, they've been doing
Expecting us to
that
pay more
kind
money,
of,
but I'm like, I don't really want to. Or there's other things I can do.
and
With
then
money.
and this is a completely different can of worms, but how they've been pushing out those new character redesigns in China. I don't know if you guys have heard that,
Oh,
but
I haven't even.
um
Yeah, I wanted to talk about that, but oh
four, I
no,
think. Rosaria, Jean, Mona, and what was the other one? Rosaria, Jean, Mona, Amber.
I think it was, yeah.
Yeah, those four were the first batch, is what I'm gonna call them. But China got redesigns for those characters, and they cannot go back to the default skin. They're gonna look like that going forward. That's their new redesign for those characters. North American and pretty much, I guess, all of the West can choose those as skins for like a new default skin for them, so they can keep the old one as well. But what this kind of worries me about is that, going forward, they're going to be very, very particular about how they design characters so that China doesn't get upset. And they have to do this redesign in the first place. So I think we're going to see a lot more like sort of um sort of like more humble character designs for sure.
I
But
was thinking maybe I'd get through an episode without criticizing the CCP, but
yeah,
it's like also characters on this list too was like tattoos, and then also of course effeminate
look too feminine for a
male
male
characters.
character. Yeah,
Yeah,
so they're
so
gonna get redesigns. Well, I don't know if they're gonna get redesigns, but I think these were just the first batch of characters on their list,
that's how it
and
feels
they're
like.
gonna
Yeah.
work their way down all the way to 2.4 characters or before, because a lot of these designs they already had developed, so they were just like, let's just put them out, we'll come back and redo them. But I think going forward on original characters going forward are gonna be very like humble. They're gonna be a lot more safe designs for sure, and I hope that doesn't stifle too much creativity with the character designs and how they design characters. But who's to say what they change next, because it's CCP? But I
Yeah,
don't know.
it's complicated because it's not like we're advocating like, oh, all the girl characters should be in bikinis. Like, it's not that. It's just when you have the government like literally like watching over your shoulder as you're designing your male and female characters, it just feels really stifling. And
Yeah.
who
Yeah,
knows where the
it's
direction of the game will go from here. Uh,
yeah, it's worrying because I've got so much of an investment. It's such a big investment for me. I got a lot of money riding on Genshin. I can't just let the CCP ruin that for me. If they just turned my characters into NFTs, I could just, trade them off, and then
Maybe
I'd
that's
lose all
what
my
we need
attachment to
the whole time.
Genshin. I would be like, okay, CCP, I've sold all my Genshin characters. I don't fucking care what you do with the game now. But right now, I've got too much I've got too much riding on Genshin. I can't let them do this. But yeah, AGDQ happened. Is it ever? Is it ever
Uh,
now?
to tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
Is last day. They've so far raised over $2 million for
Wow.
Prevent Cancer Foundation. Yeah, some people are like, oh, maybe it should have been for COVID research or something that's a little bit more topical. But it's like, yeah, they always do the Prevent Cancer Foundation in the winter, and there's still people with cancer, and also we still need
Yeah,
money for
cancer's
that.
still
But
here.
Yeah.
yeah, it's been
Damn.
pretty cool. If you want to watch any of the speedrun videos, they're uploading them to their YouTube channel. If you can't catch them live, but yeah, it's been
Was
pretty fun.
there any of
Is there-
note?
There was they definitely are like branching out with like some new. There's like a Pokemon Crystal randomizer and a bunch of new like
Oh.
races and stuff. They did It Takes Two. That was pretty funny.
Any Genshin
Uh,
speedruns? They just pull
no,
out their credit card.
that would be hilarious.
He ran out of
Yeah.
money.
Step one, yeah,
We need
pay
more donations.
$10,000.
Hurry, quicker, quicker.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
that would
Faster.
actually be hilarious, but probably unethical. But yeah, it's fun. If you need something to take your mind off of, you know, the current
Life.
pandemic, yeah,
Yeah.
it's some fun times.
So this is just something we thought would be fun to do, but I know we've talked about a lot of these before, but since it's 2022 now, how about we hit some of our favorites of 2021? I'll go ahead and start. So I've said this a million times, I didn't really get to a lot of the games that came out in 2021. I marathon Resident Evil Village, that was a lot of fun. So that's probably like one of my favorite. That was definitely one of my favorites last year. And I'm gonna count Endwalker because Endwalker came out at the tail end,
Everyone
and
counts Endwalker. Let's
so-
be real. I've seen it.
that's not a 2022 game for me. That still made it. But Endwalker was awesome. I'm still playing it now. Even though I've cleared all the story, but it's been a blast. It's easily like the best MMO expansion I've played in a long time. So it's been a lot of fun. I think that's about it. Saw a lot of people put Valheim as their favorite game in 2021, but I'm like, Valheim was fun, but it was too jank. Like you could tell there was still a lot of content that they shouldn't have released with the game because it was just not ready. And that's probably the main thing that holds Valheim for me back, is that there was a lot of content they kept in the Valheim that probably wasn't ready for full release. So we kind of ran around trying to figure out how to do stuff and wasted a lot of time because it was just kind of buggy. But I know there's a new update out for Valheim. I'm debating on whether or not I want to try it. But with Monster Hunter Rise out, I doubt I'll have time right now. Yeah.
I've actually just started Monster Hunter World, and
Oh, you're a little bit behind.
Yeah.
oh yeah, well yeah,
Get a refund, man.
yeah, like I'm definitely, I know, but like with Monster Hunter Rise being back in the thing, I'm like, okay, it's
Yeah.
MLK weekend. While I do play,
MLK weekend. Let's kill some monsters.
yeah. Let's get into a
To
time
honor.
sync game. Let's try
Legacy.
a time sync game.
A little confused, but okay.
Hey, say everybody celebrates MLK weekend their own way, you know.
Yes, with a time sync game, especially since
Yeah.
right now apparently it's snowing right now.
Yeah.
Is it?
So-
So be careful. Apparently, like there's patches of snow. I just got the
So
alert.
outdoor activity is going to be limited as well. So I was like, oh crap. Well, yeah, this seems like a decent time to actually get into that time sync because
If you need any help in World, let us know. I know most of
Yeah.
us have played it.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
But
like
I'll be fine on my own.
That being said, if you haven't played World, it's awesome. I mean,
Yeah.
just to our viewers, the two viewers that are gonna watch this, it's a great game.
I should.
Iceborne's
yeah.
great. Oh my god, I love Iceborne.
that was fun. Yeah, we put like hours.
Oh yeah, I would say there's at least 150 hours in World or close to it. I
Yeah.
mean, it's a massive game, and it's
so many people were playing Monster Hunter Rise on Twitch when the PC port came out.
Oh
Yeah.
god, like I did a couple of multiplayers without you guys yesterday.
what
You
the
could get a
fuck?
part. I'm like, well, I might as well get ahead while I
Yeah.
can. It'll just make things easier when we play.
Yeah.
So, but no, a lot of people playing, a lot of people having fun, a lot of people from World jumped on it big time. So
Yeah, I think I haven't seen many streamers that I follow do it. I think I've seen like I don't think Hololive's been playing it, but I think
No,
Niji
not at all.
Sanji people have played it because Hololive I think played it and streamed it on Switch. So most of them have already done it. But I've seen a lot of Twitter posts of the Niji Sanji VTubers doing it.
Mhm.
But yeah, there's a lot of
So just
streamers playing it.
so what's your top 2021, Justin?
Let's see things that stick out off the top of my head. Invincible. I mean, that one's obvious. I actually updated my top anime list to now include non-Japanese cartoons. And how Invincible is because hey, if my anime list is gonna put
And
fucking
anime
Scissor
just
7,
means animation,
I
so
know.
it's
If my anime list is gonna put fucking Scissor 7 on their database, then it's like, okay, you're just gonna put the Chinese stuff. Fine, I'm just gonna put every foreign cartoon that's not Japanese on my anime
You
list.
poison your list, man.
So you got to put the
It's-
puppet one on
it's-
there too. Though.
Yeah.
Which one?
The
Thunderbolt
Thunder.
Fantasy.
People already
Yeah.
put.
Yeah.
People
That
already
that,
put
that
goddamn
definitely
Thunderbolt
counts as an
Fantasy in
anime.
there.
That definitely
Yeah.
counts.
No, it's
like,
a freaking puppet show.
So this counts now. It's like, okay, you know what? I mean,
Counts.
fucking Arcane. It's like feels
Oh,
like
I have Arcane on my list. Yeah,
Wait, are they? Was that an anime studio that did the
no,
production?
it wasn't. It's
it
Frank.
is Riot's
Frank
like
animation.
yeah.
Well, I
No,
thought they
no, it's
outsourced it.
It's just that it's so big. It's just so big in the anime community, like Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Hmm.
It's like, yeah, the
Are-
people were gonna put Avatar on their list. Fine. I actually got the idea when I saw Project Melody posted her top 30 anime as a guest post on Crunchyroll,
Hmm.
and some of her lists was like The Boondocks or The Legend of Korra, and I'm like, yeah, yeah. I'm like, I know, and yes, this is Melody, so of course she's gonna do that. But I saw the hate comments going, this list is trash, and I'm like, nah, no, and I was like, you know what? Fuck it, she's gonna do it. I am
It's on
too.
brand.
All right, cool. I'm gonna put Aqua Teen Hunger Force as top 5 for me then.
Yes, Aqua
I'm
Teen
gonna
Hunger
put
Force.
I'm gonna put Mega Sex LR.
They need to
but
bring that show
but
back.
I also adjusted my list so that so that you cannot count the same show during multiple seasons.
Hmm.
If you say the entire show, I'm just gonna put it like at the beginning of when it started that year. So I'm not gonna put Rick and Morty on every goddamn year. It's only gonna be 2013, the year it came out.
The first
Now,
season.
would you
Okay, that makes
do
sense.
different seasons?
No.
All right, so as you know, JoJo is a different kind of series each rendition. Would that be different?
Well, that's not really an issue with me since I don't really like JoJo. But if I did,
Get off this podcast now.
I would just
You're done.
I would just put it on the 2012 list and just be done with it. I know most people like to count them separately, and I know that it's like different with each season, but I'm like, no, because that's just gonna complicate things. And I'm like, no, I'm just putting JoJo on each because most people, if they insist that I watch every JoJo season, and I have watched every JoJo season, I'm just gonna count the entire thing, okay? Like I'm just gonna say when it started.
No, it is your list.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
do what you want to do.
Yeah, and not like I said, it doesn't matter because like JoJo isn't on my any of my lists. It was on the 2012 list when I did include the foreign thing because I didn't have anything else to put on there. Anime was
Are there any games you want to give a shout out to for 2021?
Yes, and yes. Well, everyone knows Tales of Arise. I praise that game enough, and of course, the great Ace Attorney, best Ace Attorney game in the series. Really, really love that. Can't. But hopefully, we'll get to that once Trials and Tribulations is done sometime. Although it's gonna be a long ass game. But yeah,
Cool.
Great Ace Attorney is like the best, like easily one of the best Great Ace Attorney games I've ever played. And like I said, I've also played all the Game of the Year nominees and ranked them all. Psychonauts 2 was number one. It is such a shame that did not win any Game of the Year awards.
I thought it didn't it win one?
Nope.
None.
Didn't win any. It
It's
Ratchet and
nominated
Clank
for a lot.
It was
of awards.
nominated, but yeah.
Yeah.
It nominated, but it didn't win a single one. Even in awards that it should have won. Like, how the fuck did Deathloop beat 5 Artful Games for best art direction?
Yeah, that was That was a little crazy.
It was rough.
I mean, I like the design of Deathloop, but I don't think it's like anything revolutionary or anything.
Yeah, unless you count the floating words. But that's all I can really. That's all I'm gonna say. Especially with
Cool.
the time we got left.
Jamar?
I'll make mine quick because mine I share with a lot of people. One thing that was different was Loop Hero. I got that at the tail end of the year, and I've been playing it ever since. It's a fun game. It's easy to pick up. You can play with other games running in the background at work. Easily, probably my 2021. Resident Evil really good. I'm excited that they're talking about DLC for it, so
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
that's going to be good. For animation or shows, I'll say JoJo Part 5, or
6.
Justin would say just JoJo in general. But
No, you can say Stone Ocean or
The
anything
Stone
like
Ocean
that.
one, whichever
I
part
know
that
it's
ends up
technically
being.
the 5th season of JoJo, but technically it's part 6, so I just say part 6.
yeah, that's been good. And Metroid Dread, because who doesn't like a 2D Metroid game, let alone an actual Metroid game at this time?
Mm-hmm. Cool. Nick, do you want to talk about some of your favorites?
Yeah, I think the one that comes to mind at the top was the World Ends With You sequel. I kind of went back into it a little bit more and got a little bit more into the mechanics and stuff, and it's getting a little bit better than I maybe said in the last time when I gave it a more official review. But it's good. Just and
I'm actually starting it that one too. Like I'm gonna squeeze
yeah,
it in between the Monster World stuff, but again, those are long games, so I'm not too.
yeah. And I finished through the well, I got the whole Pokédex for Brilliant Diamond, which yeah, is fun, but they didn't push the envelope. I feel like they could have done more with that remake, but
I
as
Yeah,
think
for what
it
it's
was safe.
pretty fun. Yeah,
yeah,
It
really
was
that
silly.
safe.
remake wasn't
And when we're getting into the next part, then for our 2022 ones, so of course Legends Arceus is coming out at the end of the month, and I'm hoping that that one is not safe, that they take risks with it, but
Yeah.
we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
Let's getting
Yeah.
mixed opinions from some early previews, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
I
And then
mean,
also, yeah, Arcane also too is good, and Spider-Man the movie No Way Home also was good. Not really an anime, but
I mean, it's so popular in Japan, it might as well be.
that's
Yeah.
what I'm thinking. Yeah, Komi-san also pretty good. I feel like it kind of wears off the gimmick of it, the
Yeah,
charm maybe after the first couple episodes.
I saw the reception dropped as the anime went on. It scored initially high,
Yeah,
really, but then the reception dropped when people realized when the repetitiveness got introduced to a more wide street, more mainstream audience.
yeah, that's kind of. I mean, I still love it. I still love the characters and all that, but it's just kind of the same sort of tropes. But it's fun.
Okay. Well, let's get into what we're looking forward to this year. There's honestly so much that I was trying not to make my list too long, and had a hard time because like even we've talked about this in chat, but just in Q1, there's at least like 8, maybe 12 titles that are pretty interesting in their own right. Um, I'm gonna be waiting on a lot of them, but the ones I'm probably gonna pick up day one. Kirby and the Forgotten Land looks awesome. And I just kind of I beat Kirby Planet Robobot over the Christmas holidays, kind of just try in preparation to get back into the Kirby mindset. Which it was an awesome game.
Yeah,
I'm glad I played it.
Kirby
Um,
Pellets and Mech.
yeah, I mean that was I don't know how does it, but they somehow find a way to like innovate really heavily on a very safe formula that they've been doing for years, but
yeah,
just
they're very
really
protective.
talented team, honestly.
The new trailer, it looks just amazing for it.
But yeah,
Yeah.
I'm excited for that. Obviously Elden Ring. I don't know if I'll day one Elden Ring. It depends on how much my friends try to pull me into it.
And my
Um,
brother is definitely day wanting that.
because I always personally play, for the most part, I almost always play a Souls game co-op because that's just always been my experience and I enjoy it that way. Um, but it's just fun for me to play them with friends. Lost Ark has kind of gotten on my radar. If you're have been on any of the game channels we frequent, we've been talking about it quite a bit. It's essentially a Diablo like sort of top down view, but it looks interesting. The only thing that holds me back is coming out of Korea, and if you're used to Korean MMOs, it's going to be probably a lot of microtransactions. So we'll see. Um, we'll see if it's good. But from the gameplay trailers and from what a lot of reviewers have been saying about it, they've changed it up a lot for the Western release, and I'm just pretty excited to get into a Diablo like again, because there just hasn't been. We can't rely on Diablo anymore, so we got to find a new Diablo like that's not Diablo now, because Blizzard's just in shambles. So um Total War Warhammer 3, if you've been seeing me on Steam, I've been pumping a lot of hours into that recently. For 2, I've been pumping into Total Warhammer 2, but I love Total War games, especially the Warhammer universe, so I'm pretty excited for that. I mean, every iteration of the Warhammer Total War games, they just pretty much do some needed UI and quality of life changes to make loading times like less shit. And they're adding new races, so we can play as like chaos units now and ogre race. So I'm pretty excited to play those new races. And yeah, you can play co-op with a friend, so I like to do that too. It takes about as long as a Sid Meier's game though, so it's a big time sink. Forspoken, I don't know if many people are excited about that. I think it looks great. I hope it's good.
I
But
saw the gameplay trailers for that, and it was the frame rate was so bad.
yeah, it's probably alpha. I don't. Well, that was probably alpha footage. But if it's coming out this year like they say it is, it's got to be close to done.
I know, but if that's close to done and they still haven't fixed that
We'll
frame
see.
rate, then it's like goosh.
But mechanically, like the gameplay actually looked good. I like the spells and the jumping around through buildings, and the setting I think is neat. So you know, it's was it Luminous Productions, I think is the studio name out of Square Enix. So I mean, that's the Final Fantasy 15 team, and you know, I personally wasn't too crazy about 15, but it played good. So
Serviceable.
yeah, we'll see. Um, in Ghostwire Tokyo, I put on here because I just can't imagine it not coming out this year, because they've been developing that game for so long now, and I know that Bethesda wants to really, or I should say Xbox really wants that last Bethesda exclusive on the table and get out of Sony's lineup. Period. So, Ghostwire is the last Sony, well, it's the last PlayStation timed exclusive from Bethesda Publishing. So I'm a little bit sad to see him go, but this game looks so good, from what we've seen in gameplay trailers and teaser trailers, and I'm super excited because Evil Within 2's team is really talented, and I'm hoping it's good. So we'll see. Yeah, I think it'll come out this year though. But how about you, Justin? You looking forward to anything this year?
None of the games are really like saying I really want to play this. I'm interested in Kirby and Elden Ring, but it's just interested. I'm not sure if I'll play them they're not like day one play purchase for me. Anything else? The Spy Family anime. I'm interested to see that because that's one of the few manga I did read and I did like it, and from what I saw, the animation looks good. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. And the final season of Peaky Blinders with Cillian Murphy in it, the Netflix British gang drama.
Okay.
I'm currently catching up to Peaky Blinders right now, and I'm looking forward to seeing how it concludes. And yeah, that'll be all.
Jamar?
Honestly, not much to add to what everybody else said, because I'm just looking forward to all the Nintendo Breath of the Wild games, per se. So Kirby,
So Breath of the
Pokemon
Wild
Black.
2 is this year. It's gotta be, right? It's gotta be.
Fingers crossed. We'll
That's the
see.
thing. I don't want to say that
It's
one
been in,
because
it's been in development for so long. I mean, it's gotta be done, right?
God, I think what was the last in-person E3? 2019.
Maybe. Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, it's been a while, and I'm not keeping my fingers crossed because there's a lot on Nintendo's plate that's coming out.
Yeah, Nintendo more than any developers feels like that COVID delays are really coming back this year. So we're seeing a lot of the games that got pushed back because of COVID hitting this year.
Yeah,
Um,
and,
so maybe
and
Breath
that's
of the Wild
happening with a
too.
lot of studios too.
Yeah,
So Spy Cross Family, I'm looking forward to the anime. The manga's really good. I enjoy it. Other than that, probably the next part of JoJo's Stone Ocean because it left on a nice cliffhanger. So
damn.
that's it on my end.
Nobody's gonna say Chainsaw Man anime.
Oh
I
yeah,
forget. I mean,
I forgot.
I
obviously,
was looking at some
that's
lists.
the big
Yeah, that
hype
seems to be a good
thing.
one.
But at this point, who isn't hyped for like Chainsaw Man? Like that thing is so popular that fan art and cosplay with it was coming out. It's coming out before the anime even airs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I don't consider Chainsaw Man as an anime.
Well, not until the anime actually comes out. But the thing is,
You think it's a Western cartoon? You can consider
It's a Western cartoon.
Yeah.
It's a
Just like
Shonen Jump, though. There's no. How can anyone mistake? It's a Shonen Jump.
I
Anime.
don't know. It reminds me of like GI Joe. So
I don't know
American
how, but
Like the tones of it.
oh no, I'm just fucking around.
Yes, I am excited for Chainsaw Man too. It's just that the hype is too obvious at this point.
Chainsaw Man, American War Hero.
Yeah.
How about you, Nick?
It looks like there's a Made in Abyss season or Golden City of Scorching Sun
Yeah,
Yeah,
released
but they
at
still
some
have
point.
not announced a release date.
some more
for
kids
it.
We
getting
don't know
fucked up,
exactly.
animated.
I feel like there's a really nice like mystery story, but like
I
I
don't
don't
think
know
it's
if it's gonna have a
mysterious
good
about it. It just does it
conclusion.
right on screen.
Oh, it's pretty explicit. Yeah, these kids get messed up.
They get
Uh,
fucked basically.
it's really dark.
Oh,
So it's not really cute.
No,
Yeah,
well, they
so we'll
can't
see
say
if that
that
comes
part,
out.
but
Oh man. But yeah, the same ones too. Then yeah, Kirby Breath of the Wild, Pokemon Breath of the Wild, Sonic Breath of the Wild.
you actually looking forward to the Sonic game?
oh, I forgot about the
I'm
Sonic
curious
game.
about it. Yeah, it looks. I
Until
mean,
I
the
see a
graphics.
release
There's some
date
real
and
Sonic
actual
06
gameplay,
vibes.
But yeah, we'll see what it actually is about. You know, maybe you're still just on linear routes. Who knows? Horizon 2 Forbidden West also
Yeah,
Breath of the Wild and Breath of the Wild too. Yeah.
and
So
God of War 2 this year, right?
oh,
It's
is
this
that?
year. I'm pretty
Oh,
sure. Let me look at my
that would
list.
be the sequel to
God of War 1, yeah.
yes. Boy. Yeah, that could be fun.
Yeah,
That's pretty much
I
it.
still need to actually play God of War. The new one. Yeah, God of War Ragnarok has
on
not
PC
gotten it's to be announced still for this year, but it may be this year, I don't know. If they do it, it's gonna be a safe date. Like it's gonna be like November
Right.
or
Because
October,
everyone
so
wants
they
to
could
release
go for
everything
that.
on
Yeah.
winter.
Yeah.
It's gonna be for the holidays.
Yeah. Cause that's the only other big thing Sony's got coming. Other
Yeah.
than Horizon, which is Q1, so I can't think of anything coming out of Sony other than that, right? We don't know what Naughty Dog's been up to, but
Yeah, not
like,
not right now.
other than the Last of Us remake and Last of Us TV series and
Yeah,
like
pretty much.
stuff we don't need basically, but
Last of Us TV series, maybe. I mean, who knows?
I don't think we need it, but that's just my opinion.
Yeah.
um yeah, that's about everything, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Anybody have anything else to add?
Man.
Well, let's wrap this up soon because I
Yeah.
do have to leave soon.
Alright.
We'll wrap up when we're ready to.
Okay, well then I'll wrap up
We'll keep
early
you-
if it comes to it.
Okay,
That's pretty much everything I
well, so some upcoming damn events. We have a winter anime discussion or winter anime season preview. As usual, we're getting back to those. If you're not in, you might have a tough time getting in because the wait lists are really long on those.
I was gonna talk to Andrew. Maybe we can try to stream that one again.
We are planning to stream.
Yeah.
Okay,
I think
awesome.
the stream worked pretty well the last season. So I remember seeing some of the shows that were airing last season on the stream, and
Yeah, so if you can't make it to the
Un-
event, we'll have it on the Discord
Only
to
when-
watch.
unfortunately,
only
because a
when-
lot of the shows last season seemed pretty shitty, but
Yeah. Well, some of them had promise, but then they turned out shit. I don't
Yeah.
know. This season though, the only one I've watched is My Dress Up Darling, and that's because that's the only one that looked like it was good.
yeah.
Although right now, My Dress Up Darling kind of reminds me of a hentai, except without the sex.
It sounds like a hentai.
I know it does. Yeah, it's like oh this really hot girl is
Yeah.
is like it wants this little nerdy guy to cosplay her. If I was watching a hentai, they would have fucked as soon as he measured her butt.
Yeah, I think I dropped from the
Oh,
discussion because I kind of looked over any chart, like kind of glanced over it, and I'm like, there's just nothing I'm interested in.
Yeah.
I'll just kind of wait and see, I guess.
I'm only really doing My Dress Up Darling because people have told me it actually does get into cosplay later. Like later, once you get past the awkward, horny boy whose animated boner is not actually getting animated.
Because of
Cutting
budget.
budget everywhere. That's crazy. So we also have the January discussion on January 29th. That's Somali in the Forest Spirit. And it's already full too. So if you somehow get off the wait list, congrats. But yeah, that's pretty much all that's going on this month. We may have some more events coming up. Hopefully, I would like to get some more concerts in this year if Japanese bands actually want to come to US and come to Texas, you know. So we'll see.
That's
I
a
don't know
lot
why
of
they
what
want
they
to.
get.
Yeah, I don't know why they want to come to Texas, but if bands start touring again, you'll see some of those posts. But yeah, well, that pretty much concludes this episode. Thanks everybody for tuning in.
All right.
See you next time.
Thank you. Yeah.
There you guys.
Bye.